of the number. Welcome. Happy to see you. It is Wednesday. What is that? Hump day. Hope you guys are doing good. Chris Silvio. What's up, dude? Happy to see you. What's up? Oh, man, I even got my dad in here. What's up, Nate Hinkson? I swear I haven't forgotten about you. I've been slammed. I've been up since about 4 o'clock my time, went to bed at midnight. Sometimes I feel like I am channeling the universe. And when the ideas start flowing, instead of me just trying to bite my pillow and fall asleep, I just wake up and I get my notepad or I go down to my computer and I start working. And that's what happened today. And it's going to be a long one. I've already done 3 client meetings, helping a number of people in their businesses. And I've got to go take my daughter. This is going to be a very short call today. So if you got your questions, get them lined up. Got to take my daughter to get her learner's permit. She's actually 16, but I don't know, man. It's weird. You guys notice that people of that age are not as aggressive or eager to get driving? I don't know. It's interesting, all these young people, but I still got her. So we're going to go get that done today. Today's topic, as usual, business. I always talk business. I talk family, and I talk wrestling and catch wrestling in particular, scientific wrestling, actually. So today's conversation, why you should take risks as an entrepreneur. What's up? Nate says, sounds good. I've been working today, learning ways to leverage chat. Yes, ChatGPT. I will talk to you about that. I was actually, 2 of my phone calls today were about that very subject. It's an amazing thing, man. It's truly amazing. We'll talk, especially with regards to scripts and whatnot. Dr. Galaxy, what's up? Dr. Stephen Richardson in the house. So we got California. We got Rick Brown here. Who else, man? Joe Mitsu 18. What's up, guys? So why you should take risks as an entrepreneur. That's what we're going to talk about today. Because if you want to succeed with your own business, you have to be willing to take risks. Now, not just any risks. You don't want to like give your money to a crack hoe. Like, I'm not talking those kind of risks. Oh, dude, I even got my daughter in here. What's up, Leona? Happy to see you. I'm going to come and get you right after this podcast. We're going to go get your permit. Yeah, listen, the thing is you have to take risks. And as an entrepreneur, you've got to take more risks than other people. You just want to do your best to make them calculated risks, right? That's the challenge, like thinking in terms of probability. Now, this was one of the things that I've been working on. What's up, Chris Martin, BizJitsu? Happy to see you guys. Check out grapplinginsurance.com for that $36 million settlement, man. Could have been solved if you just would have talked to my buddy Chris over at grapplinginsurance.com. Talking about mitigating risks and how to handle risks. As an entrepreneur, you have to take it serious. Now, I have trademarked a new name. I'm going to unveil it right now because it marries 2 things that I am absolutely obsessed with in business. The first, I got my degree in called financial engineering, which is basically financial mathematics. It deals with using mathematics, computer programming, and synthetic securities, meaning secure financial products made up out of other existing financial products or innovating. And that I got my degree in that in 2003, master's of science, cost me 60 grand, prestigious school, all that kind of stuff. Worked in investment banking, mortgage banking, and mostly it was about risk and how to take calculated risk. So you do need to understand probability and statistics, I believe. I think it's a fundamental thing. You don't have to be an expert in it, but you need to understand descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Okay, I know I'm talking fast, but I've got to get all this in here. But you've got to take risks and you need to know how to do revenue, generate revenue. So here's the new title. Obviously, you guys know me as Coach Jake. I am also now the revenue engineer. I love it. I don't know. You guys might, I love it because me personally, it brings together 2 things that I love. Creating revenues. How do you do it? So sales, marketing, engineering, and risk. And that's what we're talking about today. You've got to take risks and you got to know how to take risks. Okay. Risk is a fundamental ingredient, a necessary part of success. Every single successful entrepreneur has taken risks. In fact, most successful businesses in the world were built on the back of a single gigantic bold risk. Apple, okay? Apple, your cell phones, your Series, all that kind of stuff. When Steve Jobs decided to launch the iPhone, it was a huge risk because at that time, smartphones were not ubiquitous, meaning not everybody had them like today. This was a new edgy thing, a big risk. But he had a vision and he was willing to take a risk and bet on himself. Today, the iPhone is the most successful product in the history of business. Huge risk. Okay. But you don't have to be a big business like Apple to take a risk. Small businesses, you've got to take risk if you want to succeed, right? According to the SBA, the Small Business Administration, 2/3 of businesses with employees survive at least 2 years, and about half survive 5. The businesses that succeed are the ones that take risks. Now, mind you, some of those that failed took crappy risks. So it's just, you cannot avoid it. So let's get into the nitty gritty here and really get down to it. Why are people afraid? Why are they so afraid to take a risk? Fear of failure? I mean, I don't think anybody goes into something to not achieve what they're going for. Nobody wants to fail. But if you have a fear of failure or you're a perfectionist, man, you'll never make it. You have to start looking at things like a scientist, which is stop looking in terms of failure, but look at it as an experiment. Did the experiment yield the result or not? No emotion. And to me, I think this is one of the biggest disservices the public school does, is it stigmatizes failure because they want you not to think. They want you just to be a compliant citizen who votes the way they want. Like, I'm sorry, but you've got to be willing to fail. And this is part of risk. Okay. The trick is to learn. This is why I'm saying be like a scientist. Learn from your failures and use those to make better decisions in the future. Okay. Another reason people avoid taking risks is because they have a lack of confidence in their own ability. But this is the same problem. You have a lack of confidence because you haven't proven anything to yourself. Probably because you're afraid. Maybe you're afraid that you don't have the right skills or the right experiences, or you're too short, or you're too tall, or you're too fat, or you're too skinny, or you're too ugly, or you're too pretty, or you're just not ready. It's all excuses. The truth is, nobody is ready. You learn as you go. Okay. And the best way to learn is by taking risks. Now, that again, when I say calculate a risk, it doesn't mean be reckless. You got to be strategic. You got to be thoughtful. You got to weigh the consequences. You got to do what we call in the business scenario analysis. Google it. It's a great thought exercise, scenario analysis, to help you think about the various outcomes of potential decisions. If you think like of a decision tree, you need to weigh the upside, the downside. But I'm just being real. If you're not taking risks, you're not an entrepreneur. You're a worker bee. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. The world needs worker bees. I'm aiming this at people who want to be entrepreneurs, who want to take risks, who want to innovate, want to do something different. Okay. That's not everybody. So how can you, oh noble listener, how can you start taking more risks? One easy way is just start small. Don't do anything crazy. Don't take some crazy risk that'll sink your business. Take calculated little risk at first and build up your confidence. And as you get more and more comfortable, start taking bigger risks. Okay. The other thing, this is something that it took me a while to learn, but I am all about it now. You've got to start surrounding yourself with other people that are willing to take risks and that have successfully taken risks, because you can learn from their mistakes as well. So build a network of people, like-minded people who understand the value of taking risks and can offer you support and advice and their experience, right? You've got to remember that risk taking is not just about the potential rewards. It's also about the process, the journey of taking risks and overcoming challenges is what inoculates you and makes you stronger and really gives it purpose and meaning as well. Okay. So to wrap this up, and then we'll go straight to questions. So if you got your questions, get them ready. If you like what you're hearing, give me a number 1 in the chat. And that's how we communicate. You got to chat. But to wrap it up, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to start taking risks because it is one of the main ingredients, like eggs or flour in a cake or in cookies. Risk is a necessary component of success. And all the successful entrepreneurs are the ones that have taken risks, and a lot of the big risks have got. So out there, start playing with it, and you might really be surprised at what you could pull off. All right. So that's my soapbox. Again, the revenue engineer. I love it. I'm going to start adding some. The ideas were flowing, man. And I don't like to take credit. Sometimes I am the channel, and it comes through me. Sometimes I do like to take credit for my ideas because I worked hard on them. But in this case, I'm going to do some crazy things. So, for example, everybody knows scientific wrestling. And if you have questions, I'm happy to answer. I'll always talk wrestling. But I want to talk about number 1 coaching. So, number 1 coaching, primarily in the last 2 years since I've kind of formalized it. I've been doing business coaching since 2011. I started my first, it was called the Lifestyle Boot Camp. It was about bootstrap entrepreneurship. Helped a bunch of people figure out how to start businesses, write books, those kind of things. In the last 2 years, I've really started honing it down to bigger and bigger companies. I'm not focusing on solopreneurs anymore. I'm really not. If I did that for a long time, I'm thinking of putting that body of knowledge into online courses. So there's phases to this. Solopreneur, and then a solopreneur, all you really do is you own your own job, meaning it's key man dependent. You don't work, you don't eat. Now, you're the boss, you're your own boss, but you don't work, you don't eat. That's a problem. The next level is entrepreneur, where you actually own a business and you hire people. And so now you've diversified the risk. You've established yourself as a leader. You know how to align your team. And now you're generating enough revenue with your idea that you can actually support other people and their families, right? And then once you really get to the next level, then you move from solopreneur, entrepreneur to investor. An investor is completely out of the company and just either they built the company or they invested, put money into it. Investment can be time and effort or thought as well. But now you're just getting dividends. You're just getting a commission. You're not having to do anything. You're just an investor. That's the ultimate goal, right? That's the progression. So I am not working with investors. I used to do that. I'm not working with solo entrepreneurs. I used to do that. Where I am absolutely fascinated right now is working with these small businesses with people with like a staff of 10 to 50, a small business, and growing and scaling them. So what I had done is, because of my understanding of business, I realized the key and crucial importance of revenue. This is why I've partnered with Grant Cardone, because the guy's a genius. He came to this conclusion long before I did and has laid out the groundwork. So that's really why I became certified as a 10X business coach. I am now one of Grant Cardone's elite coaches, which is the rare distinction of somebody that Grant actually pays instead of somebody pays Grant. And he gives me his clients and his leads, which is fantastic. I'm very blessed and honored to do that. But in my own business, the number 1 coaching and the revenue engineer, I'm bolting on the sales training and the understanding that I have there. I'm adding on my understanding of how to scale a company using a variety of techniques known as SOPs. And then the last piece is how to align the people in your organization to help you and to compensate them fairly for doing so. So all that's coming together. It's really exciting. As I'm putting it together, I'm in the moment, experimenting. I've done this with other companies. Now I'm doing this with my own companies. Again, I have not really, I've been doing the solopreneur thing on the side while I help these other companies. And now I'm scaling my own, which is very, very exciting. We're going to be leveraging game theory, high-end performance coaching, artificial intelligence. We're going to start adding, so it'll be scaling, sales training, and marketing. This will truly be the revenue engineer. I've just trademarked it, put my stake in the ground. That is going to be what I am known for, is revenue engineering. So guys, if I can help you, I'm super duper amped. The very first people who are going to benefit from the revenue engineer will be the affiliates in the Scientific Wrestling Program. These are the people that I have, like I said, I am growing and scaling company, getting help. These guys are going to benefit from the AI marketing, from the sales training. They're already benefiting from the sales training and the scaling training. So super excited. If I can help you guys, again, I got a jet because I got to go take my daughter and get her driver's permit. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go. It is Wednesday. Look at me, man. I had like 4 hours sleep. I'm like, and this is not even really caffeinated. I haven't eaten either. This is pure passion, pure energy, being in tune with the universe, man. I'm just so blessed. And thank you so much for spending your time. And I hope that I'm helping you. I hope that I'm helping you. If I can further help you, if you need individualized attention, you can always come to one of our grappling camps. Killer camp coming up here in Denver. Coachingcatch.com is the registration. It's the end of the month. I think 22nd, 23rd here in Denver. Do it. Stop hesitating. As well, hit me up in the DMs if I can help you, or you know somebody whose business needs to make more money. That's what I do. Nate says, good luck to your daughter on the permit test. Talk soon. Good talk today. Thank you, sir. Gave me a number 1. I appreciate that. Yeah, she actually already passed. We just got to go get her to pass the eye exam and show them like birth certificates and that kind of stuff. So I appreciate the well-wishing. Guys, I will hit you tomorrow. You have a fantastic day. Tonight, dude, my day is going to go long. I got 4 hours of sleep. Had my first meeting at 8 o'clock. Rocked that meeting. I'm going to be going all day until I got to pick up my daughter, come home, got another meeting, do all my family stuff. And then we're going to go see the new Mario Brothers movie at the Alamo Draft House. I don't know if you got an Alamo Draft House near you. They're so cool. Anyway, guys, really appreciate you, and we'll catch you